Welcome back to the Fourth and Wrong podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Marshall, along with Colin, Donnie, and Dallas. I hope you guys all had a great holidays, a great Christmas, and coming up on the new year. But first, before we talk about anything else, Dallas, hold that shirt up. The Lions have won the NFC North and clinched the division title for the first time in any of our lives. And so we are all ecstatic. It is pretty amazing, honestly, and it's not even just
literally uncharted territory for all of us.
The first time in franchise history we win the NFC North, boys. Let's go.
All the Lions fans are repping their gear in here. We got, I'm repping my stuff. We got the Ravens fan repping his stuff. It's just how
I'm wearing this out of respect to Lamar for saving us from the fucking worst MVP of all time. That is
I got all my Lions
owning that's even crazy.
Picture. I got my Lions jersey.
Hey, hold on, you guys. It's a fucking Ed Reed shirt, so that's not as. It's not just like a blank Ravens shirt.
You couldn't tell from the front though.
I know that, but I'm showing you now that it's an Ed Reed shirt. I also have one.
That does make it a little bit more acceptable.
I also have one for fucking Zach Ertz when he was on the Eagles. LeBron on the Heat. I got a couple different jersey shirts.
Speaking of Zach Ertz, did he ever find a new team?
No, they mutually parted ways so he could be on a contender
none of the contenders wanted him.
He said, "Actually, we're good." I can see him get signed by like the Vikings.
Huge deal,
especially tight end.
Huge deal for Lions fans.
He can start.
We get a home playoff game. Honestly, at this point, even the second seed is up for available. Probably not the first seed, but it's a huge week and just year for Lions fans.
It's not out of the realm of possibility. It's going to take some things to happen to go our way, but I mean, you win these next two games and hope that the Rams or the Commanders, not going to count out Sam Howell.
Yeah,
Sam Howell lost his job.
Yeah, he got benched.
Yeah, did he really? I haven't paid
a
single minute of attention to the Commanders. I haven't watched the Commanders since they almost beat the Eagles.
It was bad. They put in Jacoby Brissett, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, he's looked good. Don't count on Jacoby Brissett.
But obviously, we could sit here and talk about the Lions all day, but realistically, we don't have all day to talk about the Lions.
Kind of deserves it.
We already know, like we've talked about them a lot, obviously. It was no one really shined out, I would say. I mean Amon-Ra
Afitu Melifonwu? What the
fuck?
Right,
our defense, I was looking at offense.
He had the greatest game of his life in fucking this.
Kirby and Afitu both played great. Apparently
man said nobody shined. Yeah, I know he had like 2 interceptions and all these great plays.
Interceptions, a sack.
Kirby, Kirby had 2 interceptions, Afitu had 1 and Branch had one, yeah. So, but it was, Kirby Joseph, must have thought he was playing Aaron Rodgers. Nick Mullins must be related to Aaron Rodgers in some way because bro was balling out. Bro celebrated mid-interception.
Did you see what he said post game?
Yeah, he tweeted, y'all never done that in Madden?
Yeah, bro hit the taunt button and then kept running.
Dude, me and Austin play all the time. Austin does that every time he intercepts the ball. Every time he intercepts it, he taunts. And bro texts me as soon as that happens. He goes, "Oh my gosh, he did the thing!" It was like, it was the funniest thing ever.
We hitting the skull in the end zone
after that last interception. That was sick.
That was wild. But I keep saying it. If Aaron Glenn wants to stay a defensive coordinator, he literally just needs to do one thing. It needs to happen 50% of drives. Send safety blitzes. They work a lot. Like, I know you can't do it all the time, but dude, the only guys getting to the quarterback are our safeties. Like, seriously, 2 games in a row, Afitu had 2 sacks this game. How can you let our safety get 2 sacks and our defensive lineman get like 1?
I will say though, bro, how do we get 4 turnovers and it still comes down to like the last drive?
That's scary.
That scares me personally.
It's that third quarter, bro.
It's a divisional game. You gotta take the wins where you can get them.
I agree. Like,
yes, but when you're on your 4th string quarterback,
yeah,
and he's handing you the ball,
but I don't know. Like, it's just a big.
But I don't know,
especially considering how banged up the Vikings are. Like all of them. It
does
suck that we couldn't.
TJ's done for the season.
The whole game.
Thank God we didn't sign him.
You take a win where you can get
him.
I'm not going to nitpick a 1-score loss.
I see Viking fans mad like that was a dirty hit on TJ. That
people
injured
are
him.
upset about that. It's like
It's just a football play.
Upset about that one. I thought people were going to be upset about
upset.
the hit that Kirby made on Justin Jefferson, where he laid him out.
Yeah.
Dude, Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in football.
Oh,
I don't
absolutely.
care if he was.
Oh my gosh.
He is undoubtedly the best receiver.
Can we send them a first round pick for Justin Jefferson?
It's 1A, 1B, Tyreek, Justin Jefferson. They're two different play styles. They're both the
list. If someone's got Tyreek here, Tyreek is literally right here. I would say
they're literally,
but
their play styles are so different.
You guys are leaving out the real number one. Where's Tom Kennedy in this?
Okay, all right, moving on.
Yeah, all right, moving on. Wrap it up.
But going on to some other game, like I know Donnie's gonna love to talk. Actually, before we get into that, can we talk about the Raiders beating the Chiefs at Arrowhead, which is nasty to even like.
That's
Chiefs
tough,
fans are
dude.
Chiefs fans were lining up outside the stadium at like 5:30 in the morning, like on Christmas Day, like to get ready for this game, and then the Raiders go out and beat them. Like, oh man.
The Chiefs had their worst game of the Mahomes era for sure. How do you lose to a Raiders team that doesn't score an offensive touchdown? That is the craziest shit of all time.
And how do you let
had literally zero second half stats,
0 completions through 3 quarters.
He didn't run the ball. He didn't pass the ball. He recorded zero stats in the second half.
You guys must have saw this. Jack Jones got his second pick 6 in a row in 2 games in a row. Did you see him go up to that kid in the stands? The Chiefs. He handed him the ball and went and pulled that away.
Dirty.
That is like people are like,
on
that's a bad play.
On Christmas.
But
I love it.
But he actually gave it to the kid. I don't know if you guys saw that because I didn't see it. He actually gave it to the kid. He just like, here you go, bud. Like,
but you know what's wild though is that you can't keep those balls anyway. Even if the player gives it to you, you can't keep them. Like security will come and take them from you.
No, though the ones
I get handed a ball.
The ones they give to you, I'm pretty sure the ones they give to you, you can keep. The ones that are field goals and they go into the stands, they always track down.
Well, those, but they also track down the other ones because all of the balls have little chips in them now.
The milestone
balls too.
Yep.
Because I mean, for obvious reasons, and those before
the one
you didn't have to give back, but they all have little chips in them now. I was watching this video about it. They all have little like chips in them now for like data tracking and stuff for like the next gen stats and everything. And they don't want that technology like getting out there or whatever. And so they track them down. I mean, like ultimately, there's no actual rule saying you can't hold on to the football. So like your options are basically give them the football or you're getting kicked out by security. But like, you know, you don't get to just keep them like you used to.
If I go to a game with Donnie and Amon-Ra punts the ball into the stands again and somehow he gets it up there and Donnie catches it.
Yes.
Bro's looking at me. Let's go home. We got to go home now.
Yeah.
If he has a 150-yard punt to our section, first of all, cut Jack Fox. First of all, let's go there.
It's probably like a 30. It's probably like a 30-yard punt, but you got to get high. It's the height that's the only.
I was gonna say we're high in the like. If you were to stretch the distance up like where it is, that's a fucking 80-yard punt. There's no shot. That is up. That is
the angle that would have to take.
The angle is more crazy than the yardage. But moving on, I guess we'll talk about it. Donnie's just gonna sit here and love about it. Is Ravens and Brock Purdy the 49ers.
Before Donnie goes on a slob fest about how shitty
slob fest.
I'm not gonna go that crazy. I was gonna actually bring up the Rams and Stafford. I was gonna bring up the Rams and Stafford before we got into the biggest game.
Yeah, well, we're gonna talk about the Ravens first.
That was goated, Colin.
That is crazy. Come on.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say now. I got distracted.
Exactly. You fucking locked on from that game, and you just stopped thinking.
We're gonna move on from the slob fest.
Yeah. Anyway, I think obviously Brock Purdy got exposed for who he really is. Game manager extraordinaire.
I think we got to calm down a little bit.
Calm down a little bit. I still think I
do think the Ravens are a fucking unit, but like I don't know. With the talent he has around him, that was rough.
I rewatched all 4 of those interceptions. So first one, it was a bad throw. Second one, completely unlucky. It got batted and like it went 5 yards behind Brock Purdy to a random ass Raven to intercept it. Third interception, it was a 50-50 ball. It got tipped. You can blame that on Brock, but it's not like he made a bad read or a bad throw. It just got tipped up into the air. Kyle Hamilton made a crazy play after being flipped on the ground, laying on the ground, and then just somehow runs. Oh, shit, here's the ball. Like, crazy play. If you want to blame a 50-50 ball on Brock, you can. That's fine. Fourth interception, bad ball. So I would say realistically, you could blame 3 of those interceptions on Brock. That second one, I can't blame him for. He still played a bad game. Don't get me wrong. But we've seen quarterbacks have 3 interception games, 4 interception games before, and we don't write them off right away. Joe Burrow has a 4 interception game. Lamar Jackson, 4 interception game. We didn't count them out though.
For a second though, I thought fucking Sam Darnold was gonna lead them to glory. I thought they were about to do it. I was like, no fucking way.
Watching Sam Darnold in that offense, because when he went in and like they had that first drive, I was like, okay. Once he started his second drive, I was like, actually just kind of like watching objectively. I'm like, okay, is he gonna run the offense? Like, is there gonna be a difference between Brock Purdy to Sam Darnold? I'm watching it and I'm just like, I don't think there fucking is. Like, given it's late.
Oh,
and
there
all this
definitely is.
I don't think there's that big of a difference. I truly, my core, do not.
I think there is a lack of confidence in Sam Darnold, and I mean, probably.
Well, that's a different story. Yes, I'll give you that. That man has a lot going on. Yeah. But this is kind of, I don't know. First off, did you guys know Brock was the only quarterback to throw 3 interceptions in half this year? He's the only one to have 3 interceptions in the first half of a game. I thought that was
and
that's not even
it. So Stafford next week, I'm betting his over on interceptions.
No, which it's the thing with Brock is he was obviously playing bad, and I was kind of like, whatever. I've thought he's not good. He hasn't played that bad, but like I thought he obviously wasn't good. What really sealed it for me is I can't remember what the score was. I think it was 13-5. And the 49ers get the ball. Christian McCaffrey, like, they fucking run like 2 plays and they're at the 50. Christian McCaffrey, 40-yard run, gets him to like the fucking 5. Christian McCaffrey, 5-yard touchdown, where he fights through like 3 guys. I'm like, if you don't watch that game and that team and think like Christian McCaffrey's obviously the best player and obviously the MVP and like obviously is the only reason that team wins or the main reason, like the fact that Brock was an MVP candidate, and then you watch what Christian McCaffrey did, because he almost got him back into the game. It wasn't until Purdy threw fucking back-to-back interceptions almost instantly that it was really like, okay, this game's over. Like, if they would have just kept handing it to Christian, they would have stayed in that game much longer. But Brock, when he just, it was so just nice to see.
Hater. This man's a hater.
No,
yeah,
this man was you were parade. Used to pray for times like this, so I'm like this.
Listen, this is the thing. There's a lot of caveats where you could look and you could be like, okay, like he just had a bad game. It was in fucking San Francisco. That's not an excuse. His entire team was healthy, other than the O-line that was banged up basically once the game was out of contention. Like, he lost like 2 or 3 linemen.
I know a couple Ravens fans
they were down
that were making
scores.
An impact.
But like, they just, everything was right. There was no reason the 49ers shouldn't have been in that game. It was just he made one mistake, then he made another, then he made another, and then he just looked fucking awful all night. And it's so glad, because like, if Brock was a normal guy, I would like be on his side with every MVP's had a bad game during the course of a season. But I think Brock gets 0 leeway just because of how stacked his team is, where he can't. Shut up. Where he.
Oh, you've been slobbing for too long.
Where he was never able to have a bad half and like get away with it.
What was your guys' thought about the safety Lamar got because of tripping over the ref and getting intentional grounding?
I didn't see it.
That was so crazy. I wouldn't have
supposed to do there.
Literally, I'm more upset that they threw the flag for intentional grounding.
Can that just be like a dead play and like they just reset at the down marker?
I would have just been fine if you called it incomplete loss of down.
10-second runoff. The Lions have lost the game.
Yeah. But I just thought it was crazy. They're
But,
like,
when
they
a ref
saw
gets in the play, like, what is he supposed to do? Like,
yeah. I just thought it was crazy. They literally sat there, looked at each other like, that shit was intentional ground. Let's throw this fucking flag. I'm just like, what? That was the craziest safety I've probably ever seen, other than Dan Orlovsky running in the back of the end zone. But
yeah, one I always remember is I think it was the 2016 playoffs, and it was Seahawks at Falcons, and Russell Wilson tripped like his lineman when he got out of his stance, stepped on his foot, and he fell right backwards into the end zone.
Goated.
Are the Eagles frauds?
Bro,
Yeah.
the Eagles aren't good.
I think the true best team in the NFC is the Detroit Lions, baby.
In the NFC, yes. AFC, it's the Ravens.
That was not
dog.
serious. I think it's still the 49ers in the NFC.
Nah, yeah, 49ers.
Unless they lose these next 2 weeks, like I still don't. I think the Ravens are just really that good.
I do want to bring up a crazy stat that I saw about the Ravens. The Ravens have 7 wins by 14 plus points this season. All of those against current 500 teams.
That's wild.
That's insane.
Because they beat our ass in Baltimore.
Yep, it says
the Ravens or the fucking 49ers on the road.
Yep, it was Houston, Cleveland, Detroit, Seattle, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, and now the 49ers. It says no team in NFL history has more than 5 regular season wins by 14 plus points against teams that finished the season with a winning record. And they have 7.
Our trivia today is going to be name the other ones.
No, it's not. It's not. I literally just saw that. I just wanted to bring it up.
All right, Donnie, give us the records for this week. It's because Colin thought he did so bad.
Yeah, apparently I won.
He's still finishing them.
Spoiler alert.
No. Yeah. I had the hot start to the week, and then I faltered like a motherfucker. I was the only person. Where did I put it? I was the only person to go Steelers early. So fuck you guys. Mike Tomlin's that guy.
Mason Rudolph's that guy.
Mike Tomlin is that guy.
Mason Rudolph on Christmas.
I left George Pickens on my bench.
Christmas Eve.
Who would have thought that a motherfucking named Rudolph would guide somebody's fucking sleigh?
It wasn't even Christmas Eve. It was December 23rd.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
Eve. It's Saturday.
Right. Anyway. So I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not, but a lot of the picks this year, like when we're split, like 2 of us on each side, most of the time it's Colin and Dallas, and then me and Marshall on the other side. And for most of the year, me and Marshall have been on the winning side. This week, me and Marshall were not on the fucking winning side. Every 50-50.
Yes, sir. Let's go, Dallas.
Let's go.
Hey, don't get cocky, because it was, I believe, the only time me and Marshall were just on one. Like, we had some bad fucking calls. Marshall picked the Patriots, which I just remembered, so I'll give Marshall that. But
they should have won that game. But
me and Marshall were on the Cowboys this week, obviously, and Al. Me and Marshall were on the Chargers. Bills won. What was the other one? There was one more. Me and Marshall were on the Titans. Seattle won. But me and Marshall were on the Cardinals. The Bears won. Literally like 5 or 6 games. Me and Marshall were on the same side. Took an L. But I think none of this really matters because Colin's the biggest fucking jinx of all time. I think that has gone far into this pod.
So remember when we proposed that rule last week about never having me pick a Falcons game again?
Oh, you are picking.
Yeah, but
no. And you're going first too.
You should have took it during that time, Colin. Now you're shit out of
Colin goes first, like always, and you have to pick that game.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can roll the tape, and I said, "Can we start that this week?" Last week.
No, fuck you. Too late. So yeah, with all that being said, finally the records. At 7-9 in last place this week was me.
Fucking loser.
All right, there was no ties, and we were all within 3 games of each other. So at least there's that. Marshall came in third at 8-8. Dallas came in second at 9-7. And then Colin won the week at 10-6.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
All right, Marshall, what's the overall records?
I have the overall records for us. So we got 2 weeks left. So, but a lot can happen, obviously. So about time, people need to start thinking. I maybe need to go opposite of this guy if I want a chance at winning. So in last place, Colin. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
But you you are 140 and 101. So
I got a winning record. That's not bad.
Positive record. Positive KD right there.
So Colin is in last at 140 and 101. And second to last, me, 142 and 99.
Marshall's had some cold fucking.
I have.
Yeah, he's been on one the last couple of weeks.
So Colin
142 and 99.
I'll say wins basically, but Colin has 140 wins. I have 142.
Dallas has got to be close.
He was in second place.
He was
Dallas
behind me by a decent bit
with 143.
Yeah,
he overtook me this week.
Let's go.
He's one ahead of me.
He only beat you by one game too. That means you guys were tied coming into the week.
And so so Colin at 140, me at 142, Dallas at 143, and Donnie at 151.
Oh shit!
He's eight games.
These last 2 weeks are going to be insane, bro.
I just can't give up this lead, man. God,
if you choke this, you are great. Next week is gonna be. I apologize for what I have said. This week I went 1-15.
If I can go 7-9 the rest of the way, I'm confident I can hold on to the.
It does suck that you basically. I mean, Donnie, technically, if he is, I'm not going to use those kinds of words in this podcast, but if he is just an asshole, he literally could automatically win. He could just go with basically whatever picks we pick and just kind of just be like that guy and not make his own picks. So.
Well, I'm not going to lie. First of all, most of the time we're all on the same picks anyway, and it's not even me being a dick. Like the Rams play the Giants this week. I think I know what fucking team we're all going to
Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito
might get benched again.
No, he got injured.
I thought he got benched.
No,
he did get benched.
And it's not even that simple. Say I go like, okay, Dallas is in second place. I pick all Dallas's picks, and you go opposite. Me and Dallas can fucking lose, and you can win. Like, there's no way I can just like hold on to number one. Like, I still have to try. So,
all right, Colin, roll us through.
All right, starting off with Thursday Night Football, Jets at Browns. I bet against the Browns last week, and I learned my lesson. Joe Flacco is officially back, bro. He is in his prime again. Give me the Browns.
Yeah, no, it's the Browns. They're the better team. They might. I saw they might win the number one seed. Like if they win out and the Ravens lose some games, they could be the number one seed in the AFC.
I think they still play the Ravens one more time. So
yeah, I think so.
That'll probably be for the division.
No, the Ravens' last games are Dolphins and then Steelers. So the Browns' last games are
Steelers can win the division.
Jets, Bengals.
Steelers could win the division.
So Steelers will not.
I don't think they actually can.
Joe Flacco has been electric for this team that has already been built. So to be fair, but still, you gotta at least know how to throw the football. But yeah, at Cleveland, Thursday night prime time, that place is gonna be rocking. Jets had a good week against the Commanders, but it's Browns.
Hey, they almost choked though.
Amari Cooper with an unbelievable week last week. I didn't see any of his stats until Dallas said something. I was like, let's go see what he's talking about. And then I saw the fantasy points. I said, oh my gosh.
I was gonna say I got him in one of my leagues. I have him on my team, and Dallas said that, and I was like, oh, let me go look. Fucking 50 points.
I'll just put it out there because I don't want to get hell off topic, but Amari Cooper is one of the more underrated still receivers in football.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know. I don't think he's probably top 10, but he needs to be like right there, like close. So he's just always been underrated and bounced around from Raiders, Cowboys, to Browns. But yep, give me Browns.
He was pretty highly rated until he went to the Browns, and then fucking
that bad quarterback play. To be fair,
I would say Watson playing like ass kind of really dug him down too. Yeah, I was a big Browns hater, but with Footsteps Flacco in there, you can't hate the guy. Like I love seeing him have success.
To
be fair, the only reason I hated the Browns is now on IR and he's a punk ass bitch. So I can kind of be okay with the Browns. Give me the Browns against the fucking Jets, who aren't going to win another game.
Nope. All right, Saturday night. Lions at Cowboys. I tell you what, if
I
the
didn't
Lions
realize this was a
if the Lions are
standalone.
legit, they need to win this fucking game. They cannot drop this game. If they
I don't think
like,
they
I
need.
will believe, I will be one of those people that's like the Lions are frauds if they drop this game.
Yeah,
This is the game that
I don't know about
heading
that.
Fairweather.
That's
heading
rough. That's
heading
rough.
hey, listen, that sounds
Okay.
wild considering they just won the division. However, they haven't impressed me with a win in a quite some time. And this would be the one where I'm like,
Did we
okay,
not just beat the
you're he-
brakes off the Broncos? Like we
You're
literally
right,
just
Colin. Good thing they're not playing to impress
the
you.
Broncos
They're
who
playing
just lost to the
stand.
Patriots at home.
yeah, but they were on a run. The Broncos were moving,
We
and then
stopped the run.
and we just bam, we just put that wall up.
I don't
and
know. I wasn't
we
really
beat them
I
so
wasn't
bad. Sean
exactly
Payton made a play after Dan Campbell.
I
Literally,
saw that.
Russell
I
was
saw
with
that. That
like
was
Dan
wild.
Campbell, Dan Campbell.
But
And that
listen,
was just so funny.
listen. I was not even, you can roll the fucking tape from weeks prior. I wasn't even that impressed with the Broncos. I just this is one of
Did
those
not want
games.
to ride.
Listen.
Take a
I'm not
pick,
going to
though.
say that they're going to get knocked out
Pause.
round one, but I missed whatever the pause was, so I'm going to have to go back and watch that later. But
I did too, honestly.
this is one of those games where like this will set them apart from being like, okay, did they just capitalize on a down year for the NFC North, or are they legit? If they win this game, I think they are legit and they will win a couple games in the playoffs, not just win their round one game and then get bounced round two when they have to go somewhere else. That's my thing.
So what's
With that said, give me the Lions, one pride, fuck the Cowboys.
So, as now the current reigning, defending NFC North champions, not only are we going to expose this Cowboys defense, because I don't know if you just saw, they can't stop the run right now. They are struggling with the run game. We are killing with the run game. Jahmyr Gibbs, Montgomery. I'm confident because we play good inside. This is not an outdoor game.
Jared Goff in a dome. He's fucking prime Tom Brady, bro.
My only issue, this is the Cowboys at home, who also play good at home. The unit. But streaks are meant to be broken. We just broke a 30-year streak. Why not break the Cowboys' home winning record streak right now? I'm going Lions, boys.
Okay. Now that that's over, first off, I want to point out, Colin, I just want to state, I don't lose or win. I think this Cowboys team is a very good team. I'd say still a top 5 team in the NFL with how a lot of these good teams are starting to look. So I think regardless or not, now if we get blown out, then I'm like, okay,
let me backtrack a little bit. If we lose by like 3 in a heartbreaker, I'll feel a little differently. But if we go and we get just fucking pantsed by the Cowboys, like, because we're not winning a fucking.
Like Donnie said, they're a unit at home. We're going to their stadium, so as long as we can make them like land, the Lions are really putting all their effort in, and we're even 7 or honestly even 10, depending on how the game looks. I still think it's like, okay, we are looking fine. But to my pick, it's in Dallas. The Cowboys, I feel like, are just really good off bouncing off of 2 losses in a row. We also haven't beaten the Cowboys since October of 2013. And we've played them like 6 times since then. So it's been a long history. But to be fair, those are the old Lions. I just think still in Dallas, I think it's going to be a great game. I think we do expose their bad run defense, but I think they just have Dak as a field day on our defense, and I think it's a close game. But I say Cowboys win. I hate doing that because honestly, every time I pick the Lions to win, they win. But I'm just going with what I'm thinking. I think Cowboys win, but I think it's going to be like 38 to like 33, 34.
Yeah. I definitely do not think it is a must win. I actually think this is a big spot where the Lions could get let down just because, like, you had the best week you could possibly have. Like, you kind of regress. That's kind of how the NFL goes.
Performance-wise, I don't think it was the best week they could have possibly had, but I see your point.
Like, I meant from, like, a morale standpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys just getting beat. I think they're kind of in, like, a mode where, like, obviously,
they're kind of in a must-win mode, right?
Super Bowl favorite odds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're fucking licking their wounds right now. This is a rough moment for them. They're going back home, where they're obviously great. Dallas is a touchdown favorite here too, And like, yeah, they're in a dome, but like it's their dome. Like we said, Jared Goff's good in our dome, not so much other places.
He's good in Arrowhead. That's all that matters.
That is true. You mean Goff head?
Yep.
But yeah, I think this is a big spot where they can get let down. But fuck it, I'm going Lions. I don't give a fuck.
Let's go.
Sir, let's go.
Let's go,
baby. Fuck
right,
you, Marshall, traitor,
to...
bitch. That means that I think the Cowboys are going to win. I think the Cowboys are going to win, but for morale, I'm going Lions.
I was going to say,
this man's
my
putting
fan
money
points,
on the Cowboys.
I'm putting the Lions down.
This man's putting money on the Cowboys.
Moving on. Sunday slate, we got Titans at Texans. Did CJ Stroud come back this week? Did he play?
I don't think so.
He's gotta fucking play.
Well,
man.
he'll be back this week then.
Mm-hmm.
If he sat out this past week, I think that was probably just to be safe. Divisional game, they're trying to lock up their playoff trip. I think Texans get it done at home. Give me the Texans.
Yeah, I'm agreeing. Texans. They also have a chance to win their division. Depending on, I think if the Jags lose this week, the next game is for the division. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go Texans. CJ Stroud's that guy.
Yeah, I am going to. I think it's been a rough couple weeks without Stroud. So, and I think that actually shows that, this Texan team is good, but I think Stroud is actually like, it's not just like great coaching. I think they need CJ Stroud to bring home these games. Plus, they just played the Titans 2 weeks ago without Stroud and still won. So, yeah, I think Stroud coming back.
That's a good point. Nobody brought that up.
Yeah, I think Stroud but they literally beat them in OT 2 weeks ago. So I think Stroud coming back, I think it's an easy dub for the Texans.
Yeah.
Especially at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll say this. I'm also on Texans, but if CJ comes back and they lose this game, I think CJ might lose Rookie of the Year at this point. There's you got Puka playing, he hasn't dropped off. You got Sam Porta, who hasn't dropped off. I'm not saying
I don't think Laporta realistically has a shot. Just given the position he plays, I think he should get a shot, but I don't think he will.
My thing is, he's missed now 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If he comes back and say he plays bad this week, and then he couples that up with another bad performance, and Puka's going to keep being Puka, Sam Laporta is going to be Sam Laporta. I'm just saying it goes from minus 10,000 guaranteed to now it's kind of like an actual question again.
Yeah.
Because he only has 20 touchdowns. I didn't realize that. Only 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
It was his yards. It was pretty impressive.
His yards were impressive. They were like 3,600 or something.
Falcons at Bears. Oh,
come on, Colin.
We are on the edge of our
seat. What are you going to say?
Justin Fields lead the Bears to glory. Give me the Bears at home to beat the fucking Falcons. The rest of you, please take the Falcons.
God, I was gonna pick the Bears, man. What are you doing, Colin? Fuck.
Well, now you know that the Falcons are going to win.
I went Falcons.
No, I went Bears.
You went Bears.
I went Bears. At home, give me the Bears.
I didn't see the Falcons winning this one, but I mean, I guess.
The streak's got to end here.
I know, right?
The streak's got to end.
Right,
Dallas, don't do it. Dallas, we have a track record.
Dallas,
I can show you the numbers.
Bro. Dallas, come on. Trust me, bro.
I know you like Justin Fields, but come on, Dallas.
This is the week.
Come on, use your brain, not your heart.
Give me that Bears pick.
No! I feel like I just watched somebody fall off the fucking Titanic.
Donnie, if I could shake your hand through a camera, I would like to congratulate both of us on a win this week because I'm going to be going Falcons. So, because there's no question.
Bro, I even kind of
easy for me because if you were gonna pick Falcons, I was like, damn, I don't want to pick the Bears. But you picked the
shame we're not.
You picked the Bears, so I easily
right
am okay with taking the Falcons because they backing
to just
backing to actual stats. The Colts have a decent defense, and they the Falcons kind of shit on the Colts, which is kind of crazy. So I'm just for the Colin jinx, and actually would have been my pick either way. I'm going Falcons. Thank you, Colin, very much.
Well, in that case, I'm picking the Falcons.
No, you already picked.
Nope.
No, you already picked, bro. What?
Colin, put money on the Falcons, please. Put money on the Falcons.
You picked the Bears. You hear
Something's got to give. Either I win money,
Yeah,
or I break the streak.
What's kind of crazy is like, I know I picked the Cards last week, but the Bears have been looking decent and they're at home. Like, I
Bears
obviously
aren't
don't like
bad.
those Fields at all.
Well,
but
I mean, they are
they're
bad, but like they're not that bad.
I know, and like
Bears are bad, but they aren't that bad.
I really want to go Bears, and I'm really sad you fucked it up for me, Colin. But I'll take the guarantee W. I'm going Falcons.
We're gonna revisit this for a TikTok later.
Yeah, and you're gonna be looking like a fucking.
It's gonna be the most heroic music ever.
I know. You're gonna find some dramatic music.
Champions.
All right, moving on. Dolphins at Ravens. This is gonna be a good one. I'm excited about this one. But Ravens are just a fucking unit. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens best defense in the NFL. I think they're gonna bottle up the Dolphins like how the Bills did earlier in the season. And Lamar, it's his MVP to lose, unfortunately, even though the numbers don't say he's MVP, but he probably win MVP. So I'm gonna go Ravens.
I'm gonna shake things up a little. I think the Ravens are still the best team in the AFC, but I'm gonna go Dolphins, and that's not picking just because I want to catch up, like get a lead ahead of you guys. I actually just think this is gonna be a really good game. Dolphins are gonna win, and we're gonna be like, okay, this is gonna be the game where we're like, okay, Dolphins, Ravens, AFC Championship. We know it's gonna be that, but Dolphins win in a barn burner is what I'm thinking, and then everyone's like, dang, it's this AFC battle is really close. But there's a lot of times where we've seen this year that a team goes out, dominates, comes in the next week, and it's just like if they have a close game and lose. So I'm gonna go Dolphins on this one.
See, I kind of get that point of like the Ravens, like, yeah, have a super good win, like you could have a letdown. But I would also argue the flip side for the Dolphins, like they just had a big win against a really good team, and they proved like, oh my God, we beat a good team for the first time all year. So like that's also a big game for them, even though it's not like nationally being talked about. But I'm also going Ravens. This might be a shocker. I think the Ravens win by multiple touchdowns. I think this is like
if you would have picked the fucking Dolphins wearing a Ravens t-shirt, that'd have been crazy.
No, I'm just saying, like, I get Marshall's point, but like it comes down to, okay, they're both in a similar spot. Who do you trust more? I love Mike McDaniel, but like John Harbaugh is like a fucking great coach, like a Hall of Fame level.
This could be a great week or a bad week. That was my third pick that I'm the only one picking a certain team.
Yeah,
yeah, either really good or really bad.
I mean, I know I got a guaranteed one dub with the Falcons pick, so
fuck off.
It's gonna suck if the Dolphins go in there and win though, because like the Dolphins haven't beat anybody good, and they're going to Baltimore. Like that's the big thing for me. That's why
I forgot about their haven't beaten a good record team yet.
I was gonna say they've only beat one good team all year. Before this game, their best win
they're
was
on a streak now.
70-0 against the Broncos, who were terrible. So, but yeah, give me the Ravens for sure.
I also don't think Tyreek will break the record because I think he's
gonna get locked up this week.
He's gonna have
locked up like in like comparison to his previous games. Like he's still gonna
get locked up for like
at least
100 yards,
70 yards, but like he's not gonna have enough to break the record this
saying
season.
Locked up Tyreek is saying he's getting like
because he needs 161 a game. 161
that ain't happening.
He's gonna have for him to do it. He's
gonna be lucky to get to 100 this week.
He's gonna need like a 200-yard game.
I would say he'll have to get 200 yards this week to really have a shot.
Bro, if I'm the Dolphins, that man's getting 25 targets.
Yep.
Like if we lose the game, that man's at least getting the record.
You know what?
I don't know if you've watched the Falcons a lot, or not the Falcons, the Dolphins. I don't know if you've watched them a lot, but that's basically what they do anyways. They just they give motherfucker the ball.
Funny enough, you say that. That's actually not really. I'm kind of looking at it right now. Out of every game Tyreek has played, he has 3 games with over 10 receptions. He has 2 11 reception games and 1 10 reception game. Everything under is under 10 receptions, and he's got 1,600 yards. Yeah. He's averaging 16 yards a catch.
Okay, that's fine, but like also a lot of those are probably like 8, 9, 8, 8, 8, 8, 7. Like That's still a lot more than other people are getting.
But just to only have to have 1,600 yards in only 2 games with 11 catches, and that's your most. That's crazy.
Yeah, but how many guys
All right, we got to move
have
on.
10 plus catches games anyway?
Saints at Buccaneers.
Cooper Cup.
Give me the Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks are kind of rolling. I'm not even gonna lie.
Baker
That boy
Mayfield, bro.
Baker.
Baker's eating in Tampa Bay, bro.
I heard they might give that man a contract. I'm a roll
They
with
should.
the Bucks still.
They should. He's played his way into being their quarterback until he proves otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
We know the Baker Mayfield cycle. Literally, there's a meme page that posts that every week. It is
I
literally
agree.
play like shit, then all of a sudden has one good game, plays good, makes a commercial, and then literally it's just over and over again. So eventually we're getting back down.
No, I agree. The Baker cycle is continuing to go. He's gonna get his contract, and then that's what then he's gonna turn into Kyle Trask, and then we're gonna go back into the cycle. But yeah, Bucks.
This is the one weird game that I always look forward to a year. Because as a kid, I was like I was a semi Saints fan, and I always kind of hated the Bucks, like because of that Jameis Winston where he put his fingers on the back of Marshawn's helmet and Marshawn barely touched him, and then Mike Evans absolutely killed him. I have ever since that day, Mike Evans is a top 10 receiver. I'll give you that, but ever since that, Marshawn Lattimore has locked his ass up every single time they play, and it pisses Mike Evans off, and I love that. And I love this game because they always are on site with each other. They fight more than anybody in the league. So I love this matchup every time, and it's always one of those crazy divisional games. But the Bucks are rolling too well, and they've just got all the momentum. I think Bucks win, but Mike Evans, 1 reception for 6 yards. Marshawn Lattimore locks his ass up.
Both ejected by halftime.
I don't know what
Mike Evans a bitch.
I've always kind of liked Baker, but I don't even think this is like a Baker cycle anymore. I'm all in on Baker. Baker is
he's not all in on Baker when they made the playoffs with the Browns.
He's genuinely like good. Like he's not great. There's a clear distinction. He's not great. He's good. He's good. Like that's what it is. I said it the other day, and you guys
in a good spot for him.
Gonna play this one. He's in free agency.
And the thing
2
that
years.
nobody's talking about is like the Bucks were like supposed to be bad this year on purpose. Like they were dumping salary, and like this was supposed to be a down year, and then they were gonna bounce back next year. But like they're still doing well, given their division's ass. But like he's playing well, the team's playing well. Next year they could really be a fucking unit. Like once they get money again, but. Yeah, I said it a couple, like, last week, and you guys roasted the shit on me. I genuinely think Baker is more deserving of a fucking MVP vote than Brock is. Give me the Bucks. I think they're fucking good. I think they're going to go in, and they might win a playoff game. I could see it if they get the right draw.
Let's quickly run through 2 quick games here. Well, let's just not even spend more than 2 minutes.
Yeah, Patriots at Bills.
Bills Mafia. Let's go.
Gotta go Bills, 100%.
See the Bills dropping this, definitely, because they're the Bills, but I will go Bills.
I agree.
Cardinals at Eagles.
Yeah.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, this is the Eagles. They're going to dominate this game.
They better. Oh, I don't know. They haven't dominated anyone this year. But
I was going to say, they don't blow anybody out. That's the problem with the fucking Eagles and why nobody respects them. But, yeah, I'm going to go Eagles in a 1-score game, though. I think it's still going to be close.
Panthers at Jags. This is like low-key kind of tough just because of how bad both of these teams are going to look.
Jags have looked like dog shit.
And I don't even Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on.
I don't know if Trevor's playing.
I'm going to assume Trevor's not playing.
Like crazy.
I'm going to assume Trevor's not playing, and I'm going to pick the Panthers to get the road dub.
I think he's playing. I don't think it's that like serious.
Let me look it up. Before we move on to the next pick, let me look it up.
Last I saw, I didn't think he was playing.
I would like to point out, I know like it ain't near anything what's going on, but like I just want to point out like Bryce Young against the Packers last week, he looked great. Like he did look good, and he's starting to show flashes of maybe working his way to becoming a good quarterback in the NFL. And a lot of people were talking about it that he looked great. So obviously still he's only got like 2,600 yards, 11 touchdowns, 9 picks, so it's still a bad year. But I'm hoping that he can finish this year off strong and go into next year. He's already had a way better rookie year than Kenny Pickett. That is set in stone.
Marshall, could you shut the fuck up so I can read the news on Trevor? Jesus Christ, shut up.
I'm seeing that his status is unclear, so I'm just gonna ride with it. I'm gonna pick the Panthers.
Doug Peterson confirmed that Lawrence's right shoulder injury is an AC joint sprain. that he's progressing but is uncertain to play. So an AC joint, I feel like people usually miss time with those.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna at least just miss this week. Might be back next week. Honestly, you might as well just sit him. Like you're not gonna make the playoffs.
Bullshit.
Well, they could win the division.
They're literally tied for the division lead.
Are they right now?
Yes, that whole division. The Colts, Texans, and Jaguars are all tied for the lead. They're all 8-7.
They had way more losses than that.
No, the only difference is so looking at it right now, the Jags, Colts, and Texans are all 8-7 tied for the division lead. The only difference, the Colts and Texans are on a 1-loss streak, and the Jags are on a 4-loss streak.
Well, this is the big thing.
About to be 5.
Their final 2 games, the Jags' final 2 games, is against the Panthers in Jacksonville, and then they go to Tennessee. So that's a divisional game. That's a pretty big game.
Ooh,
but
that's
coming down the pipe, like Marshall said, they're all tied at 8-7, the Jags, the Colts, and the Texans. But the Colts play the Raiders, which is a tough game, and then the Colts and Texans play each other week 18.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a fucking major game. Like,
that'll be me and Donnie. I don't know who else. I think me and Donnie were talking about it. That'll be a Sunday night. Yeah, we were talking about on the phone.
The final game
that'll be like Lions Packers last year. Sunday night game comes down to the wire. Like even better because last year it wasn't for the division; it was for a wild card. This one will be for the division, I think.
Yeah,
I'm kind of really hoping that the Jags lose this game. Not even because like I have anything against the Jags, just because I want to see that exact scenario. I want that game to be like guaranteed for the division because that's cool to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna ride with my Panthers pick. I just think, especially if Trevor Lawrence is not playing, Jags are down right now, and I don't think he's gonna play. Give me the Panthers.
I'm gonna run with the Jags just because this is a must win for them. Because if both the Texans and the Colts win, then they lose the division. So they have to win this game, basically. So I'm gonna go Jags.
I'm also gonna go Jags. I don't really have a rhyme or reason. The Panthers looked good last week, but on a bad Packers defense. But I'm just gonna go Jaguars. I'm not even a reason really.
Yeah, the backup for the Jags is CJ Beathard, who I know like he came in and played well that one game, so that makes me a little bit more optimistic. I don't think the Jags are going to win that division, but I don't think their loss is coming this week. I think it's going to come next week in Tennessee. Give me the Jags this week.
All right, Raiders at Colts. Shit, man.
The fucking Raiders might be good.
I think I'm going to take the Raiders.
I'm right there with you, Colin. Raiders, like this intern coach, man, he's got everyone jacked up.
I know that Colts are a unit at home, but I don't know. There's just something about so are the Chiefs, you know. Give me the Raiders.
Yep, Raiders.
Both going Raiders. I'll be at this game actually. So I
really
yeah, it's my brother's a big Colts fan, so that was we instead of buying Christmas presents for each other, we're like, why don't we just spend money together and just go to a football game? I was like, but you can't. I'm not gonna complain. So we're going to Colts Raiders New Year's Eve, and I'll be there. So I'm going to Indy, being in there. I'm not gonna root against the Colts.
Never mind, it's in Dallas. I was about to say, you're going to the fucking Lions game the night before.
No, we're gonna drive up to Indy Saturday and then watch the game like at a Buffalo Wild Wings or in the hotel or whatever, and then next day is the game. So that's why we're going, is because there's no Lions game at the same time, so I can watch the game the night before. But being in Indy, I think being at the game, I just have to go Colts, and I also just think with this everything on the line, even though the Raiders had a huge win, and that speech by their coach was unbelievable. It was a great speech. I gotta go Colts.
Yeah. This is kind of crazy to say, but I also might be at that game. I got Marshall asked me, and then Riley also asked me to go.
Damn, so you said no to me.
No, I'm really like 50-50. Also, he asked me like during the Chiefs game, and he was like, well, I'm not fucking going if they lose to the Chiefs because like I'm not gonna go watch them when they're already out of the playoffs. But now he's like, fuck yeah, like they're gonna win the division. I'm like, okay, calm down. But no, I doubt I go, but like there's like a chance I go just to see Lucas Oil. But no, I really think the Raiders are gonna win, but I'm going to go Colts just because it's in Lucas Oil and they for some reason play good there. I don't know why. I don't think it's like a huge home field advantage, but they always seem to fucking win there. So I'll go Colts.
I'll yell really loud.
All right. Another quick one. Rams at Giants. Rams.
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 Sorry, Tommy. I'm gonna go Rams.
I was about to say, do it, pussy. Pick the Giants. Niners at Commanders. Selfishly, I obviously want the Commanders to win, but I think the Niners are going to bounce back. I do think there is something about them having to come all the way over to the East Coast in an earlier game. But I mean, I just the 49ers are way better than the Commanders are. If the Commanders win this game, I'll be shocked. Give me the Niners.
Yeah, this Commanders defense is ass. I'm going Niners.
Yeah, it's even though the Niners had a bad game, they'll win this game. I'm going Niners.
You know what?
No.
Don't you fucking do it.
Let's go Commanders. Brock Purdy is a fucking fraud, and everybody's gonna see it this week.
Oh
he's second in passing yards, second in passing touchdowns.
Yeah,
that's gonna be first in an argument. We're moving on. Hey, shut the fuck up. We're moving on.
Hey, that was funny as shit. The way because I'm looking at the games as well, because I just like to see what they are as we're talking about them, and I just can and hear nothing. You know what? It was just the way he said it, the passion behind it. Shit, I feel like Commander.
Oh my god!
I got 8 games to play with, even if I'm wrong. So
it's true.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Steelers at Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks at home.
The script is telling me the Steelers win this, so the final game of the season will determine if Mike Tomlin finishes the game above 500. The script is telling me the Steelers win this fucking game, and because of that, I'm gonna pick the Steelers. The script has been scripting this year. I'm not confident though. I
respect the pick.
I
thought about it.
I didn't hear what you just said. I'm going Seahawks.
And I fucking want to go Steelers. That's a long fucking trip. And Mason Rudolph, to ask him to play good back-to-back games.
Oh, they can he can drive the sleigh.
Yeah, I like the Steelers. I think he's gonna hit that winning record, but it's gonna be next week. I'm gonna go Seahawks.
All right. Bengals at Chiefs. I know Chiefs just had a letdown at home, but I think they're going to bounce back. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, Bengals are cooked. Bro, Chiefs are frauds. Bro, if the Chiefs don't win this game, dog.
If the Chiefs don't win this game, Taylor Swift needs to stay far away from Arrowhead.
No, you know what needs to happen? Donnie can never draft Travis Kelce in fantasy ever again.
What the fuck? Why am I catching strays?
Because Travis Kelce went from a no-brainer top 1 fantasy tight end to shit, he might be top 10. I don't know.
Bro, he's still number 1 at the position. Get the fuck out of here.
Sam Laporta, dog. What are we doing?
Bro. Kelce is still...
He's having the worst year of his career. You can't deny that. You can't deny that.
But no, first off, he's not, because his rookie year was ass. No, he's still having 1,000 yards, and I still think he has 10+ touchdowns. But the thing is, he's not having like 253 touchdown games this year. He's just having like 1 touchdown, 60 yards, like consistently.
Bro hasn't scored a touchdown in like 4 games.
I'll make my pick. So you both pick Chiefs. Backing up on both of your points, you both are kind of right. He is at 968 yards and 5 touchdowns, which is crazy to say. That isn't a great year for a tight end, but it is a bad year for Travis Kelce. So I wouldn't say it is because like in Travis Kelce standards, like that's like, oh man, he's kind of low. But if like we're just going off tight ends, like bro, that's good. Like he's still leading most tight ends. So but going into my pick, the Bengals were all of a sudden calling frauds. I mean, they just had a bad game.
Big Browning came back to earth is all it is.
I don't know. Someone wants me to pick the Bengals, but I'm not. I want to really, really, really badly, but I'll go Chiefs.
Yeah, Jake Browning came back to earth. His Linsanity run is over. I don't know if you guys saw all those memes. But the Chiefs have just as good at a defense, not as the Steelers. So like It's not like it's getting any easier for him. I don't think the Chiefs are losing in Arrowhead back to back. I don't think they're saying Chiefs is old, but like I'm not gonna expect them to fall that fucking far. I'm gonna go Chiefs pretty confidently.
Week 2 or even week 1, man, this game was on everybody's list as damn, this is gonna be a good game.
Man.
Now everyone's like, man, the Chiefs kind of looking like frauds. No Joe Burrow. It's like, well, this game
should have been for like the number 1 seed, and now it's like
the
Bengals have no Joe Burrow, and they're kind of fraud, and the Chiefs have just not looked because what the Chiefs are.
It's the same reaction to every Jets game. Everyone's like, oh man, all these Jets games are gonna be real good with Aaron Rodgers.
Fucking literally. This Thursday night game should have been great, but no fucking ass.
Yeah. You know, honestly, as much as I hate Aaron Rodgers, it did kind of suck we didn't get to see him play in the Jets uniform this year.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been fun.
I mean, we did for about 30
plays. 4 plays.
For longer than a drive.
I don't know if you guys saw Tyreek was streaming Fortnite, and someone messaged him. He was like, they were like, we miss you on the Chiefs, and he like went all like childish mode. He was like, well, it's their fault, they traded me away and now they can't have me, and I'm a Miami Dolphin. It was like, what is this man's weird, bro.
Right.
He's like, I got Tua now, and we're like, okay, Mahomes might be playing bad, but it's Mahomes. I like, don't say we have Tua, like Tua's the best quarterback ever.
I upgraded to Tua.
All right, not Sunday Night Football. Jesus, what am I saying?
Oh, bro.
The other 4:00 game, Chargers at Broncos. Give me the Broncos.
You already know what time it is here on the Fourth and Wrong podcast. It's not trivia time. It's Broncos country. Let's ride, Tom. Mr. Unlimited coming back from that disgusting loss against the Patriots.
Why did bro start
Broncos?
Like a new podcast?
You said Mr. Unlimited.
Unlimited.
You said Mr. Unlimited time. I thought you said Mr. Unlimited Tom. I'm like, who's Tom? Like,
Tom Brady,
Tom Brady, Mr. Unlimited? That would be crazy. I went Chargers last week, and they almost pulled it out. That was actually like a close game, but yeah, I'll go. Broncos are on a 2-loss streak though. The Chargers suck.
In Denver.
This is tie territory. We haven't had a tie this year.
Do
But I'll go Broncos.
If you call a tie, you win picks. I don't give a fuck. I don't get a single. I don't give a fuck.
Could you imagine like sweating out that entire overtime?
Man,
like, nothing happened. Please, nothing happened. Just keep punching it to each other.
Just take a knee. No, fucking goddamn. Yeah, I'm going Broncos. I think they're awful and they're fucking coming back down to earth, but they gotta beat the Chargers out.
Right. The Chargers are just as bad, if not worse.
Hey, Easton Stick though. Guy can play. He wasn't bad.
Yeah. All right. Sunday Night Football for real this time. Packers at Vikings. Give me the freaking Packers.
Yeah. Go Pack, go.
The freaking Packers.
I don't know why I said it like that.
I'll pick Vikings.
McMullen's revenge game.
Man,
Justin Jefferson is just
whoever wins this game or loses this game is eliminated from the playoffs like any fucking hope. So that's kind of interesting. Fuck. I really don't know. Because I want to go Packers, but then are we really relying on Chicago to like knock them out of the playoff race? That's kind of rough. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'll go Packers this week. I think the Vikings are fucking kind of dead.
The Vikings at home? Ooh.
Vikings at home? Wait, what the fuck did I say?
The Packers.
Yeah. I thought you said
No, I said I'm lone wolfing the Vikings and they're at home.
Yeah, but they lost a lot of people. Losing TJ kills their entire offense.
Yeah.
Now it's literally
they got that's all they need. Bro, just throw it up to that man every play. We saw. He'll come down with it.
Yeah. All right.
It's also wild that there's no Monday night game this week.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say that, but I figured it wasn't important enough to mention.
But still.
Yeah.
Also,
all right, Dallas. Oh my fucking
sorry.
God.
Sorry. I don't know if this has,
move on so fast.
I don't know if this has any reason to do with that, but the college football playoffs are also that day. So I don't know if they really want to throw that on the same day. So
yeah.
Go Bama.
Roll Tide.
Shut up.
I ain't giving a piss about nothing but the Tide, baby.
Go blue, baby.
Bro, Dad.
Bro,
Can we make our picks for that?
honestly,
We should.
It's a football
At the end,
podcast. We should make our pick.
real quick.
At the end.
Starting off with the Rose Bowl.
Colin, you're first.
Oh shit, duh. Roll damn Tide. You know,
Yes!
I'm never gonna be caught dead picking Michigan. I think they're gonna win that game, but I'm picking the Tide, baby.
I like how
Roll
Donnie's
damn
writing
Tide.
it down. I love it. It's awesome.
Go
Hey,
blue,
if
baby.
If you get both of these games right, you get an extra win for our.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, fair.
You got to get both of them.
Are we
right,
picking all of the playoffs right now? So like pick who we think is gonna win the
No.
semifinals?
though?
No,
Nah.
we'll cover the championship later.
Okay, we'll cover the championship next week. Got it.
Well, yeah.
Go blue, baby. Go blue. That's all I got to say.
Well, isn't the championship Monday
The eighth, I'm pretty sure.
It'd be
Which
the
we
8th.
which we would do. We do podcasts on Monday.
Right. If we do it, if we cover these, if we record next week on Monday the
Okay.
1st,
Yeah, you're right. I'm
we'd
sorry.
be
I'm
able to
thinking about it
pick
wrong.
the game.
Okay. I know what Dallas went. I'm right there with Colin. Roll Tide.
All you fucking
Go Bama.
cousin fuckers.
Picking
Go crazy.
Alabama to beat Michigan.
I really hope Michigan wins, but fucking Nick Saban in the playoffs is a goddamn.
Also, Jim Harbaugh in a bowl game. Jim Harbaugh hasn't won a bowl game since 2015.
Don't matter.
I'm rolling with Bama. I
Yes!
hope Michigan wins, but I just feel like Bama's gonna win. I'm hoping Michigan wins, but I feel like Bama's gonna win.
Bama with
I
a
will
chip
say,
on their shoulder,
whoever
feeling
wins-
like they got something to prove. That's dangerous, bro.
Whoever wins this is the national championship. Michigan.
Also,
Other game
I
does
think-
not matter shit.
I think it's going to be hilarious if Bama wins and then Bama ends up winning it all, because then the Florida State fans that were pissed, a couple weeks ago that they didn't get into the playoffs, the team that bounced them out of the playoffs wins the whole fucking thing. Like, no.
Well, I'm really hoping that Texas wins the next week because, like, all the argument was if you put Bama in, you have to put Texas in. And then, even though Bama's completely different, I hope they play each other and then Bama just rolls them by like 50 because that argument is fucking stupid to me. Like,
Yeah.
All right, Colin. Texas or Washington?
This is tough. I mean, I watched Washington beat the fucking brakes off of Michigan State, put up 700 yards of total offense in person.
That's wild.
They're a fucking unit, bro. Washington is the real fucking deal.
in person.
Like fucking Michael Penix Jr. owns Michigan
Offensively,
State
yeah.
like
For sure.
at multiple schools. It's fucking wild. Dude, I don't know. This one's actually really tough. I want to pick Texas, but I also really want to pick Washington. I also think it'd be hilarious if in the last year of the Pac-12's existence they win the national title. I think I'm gonna go Huskies here. Give me Washington.
No, yeah, Washington's definitely a unit, but we're gonna hook 'em, Texas boys. Let's go. Hook 'em up.
Yeah, I think Texas is a good team, but I'm gonna go Washington. Crazy game to end the night here, and I think it's gonna be a great game.
Great fucking game.
And Washington's gonna end it out. I still think the first game's gonna be just as good, but I just think that this is like one weird game that's gonna be great. But give me Washington to win, and that'd be Bama Washington finals.
Yeah, like I said, I think the other game is the more important game. This one I think is going to be like who gets to go get blown out in the national championship kind of.
No, I think both of these teams
That's
can
how
compete
I
with
feel.
Bama.
This ain't TCU, bud.
Fucking Texas beat Bama
Yeah.
at Bama. What are we doing?
Yeah, but they beat them by fucking what, like
A win is a
Bama wasn't
win.
even good. Completely different.
I mean, last year we were
but,
writing
like,
off
if we
Bama for losing by a combined 5 fucking points. They were 5 points away from being fucking 12-0 last year, but we were saying Bama sucked.
Would you go down?
It's the same argument as like, what if the Lions fucking beat the Chiefs and then Travis Kelce went crazy and the Chiefs went 15 or 16-1? We would be like, we beat the Chiefs. It's like, yeah, but you fucking beat them when they were hurt. Like, what the, like, you know what I mean? It's a different thing.
I mean, we already did beat them when they were hurt, but Oh, you're frozen, my guy.
All right.
Anyway, I like Washington. I like their quarterback and that fucking whatever the goddamn receiver is when I watch them. But I I just don't think they're built to win in the playoffs. And I'm not going to let Dallas lone wolf 2 picks. So I will go Texas.
Let's go.
All right, now it's trivia time.
Trivia time here on the Fourth and Wrong podcast. I got one easy or quick trivia, and then we got a little bit longer trivia. So 2 trivias this episode. We talked about it a little bit. This man Amari Cooper, crazy game, right? He became the second player in NFL history to have a 200-yard game for 3 different teams. Who was the other person to do this?
A 300-yard game or
200 game. 200-yard game.
There's like 3 people that have a 300-yard game.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, did he say 300?
Yeah, second player to have a 200-yard game for 3 different teams. Who was the other person?
3 different teams. Oh shit. I was like, I know a couple people that have done it like a couple times, but 3 different teams is crazy.
3 different teams.
I'm first off just trying to think of good receivers that played on 3 different teams.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing.
Ooh, I got a guess. Terrell Owens.
Anybody else have guesses?
That was going to be my guess.
I kind of like that guess.
My only other guess other than T.O. is Jerry Rice, but I don't know how good he was on those other teams. I think it's T.O., but Jerry Rice would be my second option.
It is Terrell Owens.
He's just, I'm thinking of like all the guys. He's just one of those top like 10, 15 receivers of all time that was good on multiple teams.
Yeah, but he was in his prime and he just kept getting moved around. That's the real reason.
He was like Deion Sanders basically. Bro was great and then went to another team, was great and then great and just kept going.
Yep. All right, what's the other one?
So trivia time here. Christian McCaffrey, Raheem Mostert, they both have 21 total touchdowns this year. And CMC, he has a chance to either tie or break the record for the 49ers franchise. Raheem broke the record for the Dolphins, but I was very curious on who's had the most total touchdowns in a season. So I did a top 10. And you guys are going to be guessing the top 10 players. Technically, it's 11 because there's a bunch of ties. What players have had the highest total touchdown amount in a season? If that makes sense.
So just most rushing touchdowns in a single season.
Yes, top 10.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go.
We're not counting quarterbacks on this list, correct?
Nope. It's total touchdowns, so like receiving, rushing.
Gotcha. Okay.
But everyone's talking about CMC. Put some more respect on this man, Raheem.
I mean, I'll go first if everyone's okay with that.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll just throw the one man out there, LT.
Yep, LaDainian Tomlinson, number 1, 31 total touchdowns in one season.
This man Colin was supposed to go first because he's so bad, and he was going to throw out like fucking Danny Woodhead, and we were all going to laugh at him.
Goated. What if Dallas would have been like, Danny Woodhead is on the list?
There's a bunch of big names on this.
I mean, I want to say Barry, but I feel like he doesn't have the receiving touchdowns. But I mean, maybe he had enough rushing in a single season that he's up there, you know.
Well, think about Jamal Williams last
year. How many did Jamal have last year?
He had 17.
17?
Yeah.
No, he definitely didn't get there.
He broke Barry's record. Yeah. Barry also only has 99 rushing touchdowns.
I'm waiting for you guys to guess. I have more guesses, and you guys are talking about this shit. Come on.
Well,
I'm waiting for Colin to guess.
Rattle them off. We don't gotta go in order.
All right.
Bullshit. We usually go in order and then we'll open it up.
No, you can just go for it. Because I don't think I'm going to contribute much this week.
Right. I'm gonna go Walter Payton.
Nope, not on the list.
Jim Brown.
Not Jim Brown.
Gale Sayers.
Not Gale Sayers.
Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith at number 5 with 25 total touchdowns.
Give me
Sean
Alexander.
Sean Alexander at number 2 with 28 total touchdowns.
That man really was good for like a year and fucking fell.
Eric Dickerson.
Not on the list.
Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk, number 4 with 26 total touchdowns.
Raheem Mostert.
No, not on the list.
O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson tied at 11 with 23 total touchdowns.
It makes me want to get the receiver, but there's no shot.
I'm surprised a couple of these names haven't been spit out.
Is Randy Moss on there?
Randy Moss with 23 touchdowns.
So what number is Randy Moss on the list? So we get like basic.
He's tied with OJ and two other people technically for 8 through 11.
Okay, so Jerry Rice is also going to be on there.
Jerry Rice at 23.
Terrell Davis.
Who?
Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis also tied at 23.
See, I was thinking like 25, 26 was going to be like the benchmark for those. So that's kind of what.
So now it's 24 and up. You have 3 people left. Technically 2 people left because one of these guys are on here twice.
God damn.
Damn, bro was goated.
Did we say Christian McCaffrey, or was that like?
Nope, not Christian McCaffrey.
What was bro's name that played for the Chiefs back in like? No.
Christian Okoye.
No. Like late 90s, early 2000s, maybe the mid 90s. What'd you say?
Priest Holmes.
Yeah, that's what
it is. Priest Holmes at number 3 with 27 total touchdowns and number 6 with 24 total touchdowns.
Yeah. Didn't he do that like back-to-back years or something?
I believe so. That could be wrong, but
I know that man was like good for like 2 years, basically.
Let's see.
The last guy.
Let me go with Eddie Lacy. Let me get a good
Okay. That's
not
good.
Eddie Lacy.
Bro was eating more cupcakes than touchdowns.
Ahmad Green, probably.
Not Ahmad Green.
Jared Goff.
Not Jared Goff.
Damn, bro has some legs, honestly.
Tommy DeVito.
Not Tommy DeVito.
Peyton Hillis.
Nope, not Peyton
no,
Hillis.
It's not Peyton Hillis. I looked it up to see. Not Peyton Hillis. I didn't look at the list. I looked up Peyton Hillis in particular.
Chris Johnson.
That'd be a hell of a pull.
Not Chris Johnson.
I've got like one great legit running back that we did not say that I'm surprised you didn't pull. Adrian Peterson.
Not Adrian Peterson.
Oh, damn. That's a crazy one. I did not even think about it.
I didn't think it was him, but I just wanted to.
Is it a running back?
I'm gonna give you his position and then some stats.
So it was like D tackle.
Some accolades. Not Billy Cannon.
Fuck.
So this guy is a running back.
Okay.
He is a Super Bowl champion and Super Bowl MVP. He led the league in rushing touchdowns for 2 years.
Marcus Allen.
Not Marcus Allen.
What team?
He played for 2 different teams, I'll tell you that.
And they were...
No, don't do teams yet.
Do we know this guy?
What era? Give us era.
The classic era of 1971 to 1985.
You already said Walter Payton.
It's not like a John Riggins, is it?
It is John Riggins.
Yeah.
24 touchdowns.
Hell of a pull.
Dang.
My next 166 and 1 touchdown the year he won the Super Bowl MVP.
Man.
Hell yeah, man.
I think that was there was the game where it was like a 4th and 2, and
my next guess was like Ray Rice.
Ran like a fucking 70-yard touchdown to like ice the game.
My next guess was like Justin Forsett or something, you know. Thank you guys for watching another episode of the Fourth and Wrong podcast. Thank you, Dallas, for a great trivia. And thanks for Donnie for pulling all the picks. We've got 2 more weeks in the regular season of the NFL, and then we hit the playoffs. So it is going to be a fun next couple weeks. We've only got 1 more week of guessing picks. It's crazy to think that this season has flown by as fast as it has. So
hold on. We're not guessing. We're not picking the playoffs?
one more week of regular season picks is kind of
I
what I
see.
meant. Because we'll kind of, I will stop our regular season like tally of picks, and then we'll do our playoff picks.
We gotta think of a punishment for whoever comes in last.
Jesus, I'm glad we're doing this now.
Nah, you got to decide that before motherfuckers start
It
picking.
doesn't have to be something super serious.
Not the
Enjoy.
fucking IHOP challenge.
Oh God.
Enjoy your New Year's. Enjoy New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Enjoy the college football playoffs. That's
Roll
gonna be a lot of
Tide.
fun. Roll Tide. Go
Yeah.
Bama. We will
Yeah.
see you guys next
Lifelong
week.
Bama fan here.
Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. Roll
Go
Tide.
blue.